Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So happy holidays, everyone. And we are in the middle of the holiday season. I hope that you are taking time to really enjoy. And so much of my conversation with you tonight is going to be exactly about that because, and the title of it is Clutter Preventing You from Enjoying the Holidays? So I had permission the other day to share this with you. One of my decluttering clients confided in me saying, I thought the holidays were supposed to be fun, especially when you have little kids. She has younger children. And she said they looked forward to it all year long, and so did I, but I'm so stressed and overwhelmed by everything that's going on that I caught myself yelling at my kids the other day. And she said, here it is, the holidays. So she said that she was embarrassed to have people into her home. Even though she wants to entertain, she said that she's just not, because her house is so messy. And so she's avoiding having people come in. So obviously that's very painful for me to hear. It's obviously painful for her, but it's painful to hear this because, number one, she's such a wonderful person, a wonderful mother, very successful businesswoman. And yet, what she described, unfortunately, is what so many people are dealing with in their daily lives, not just at the holidays. So people who live with clutter on a day-to-day basis, their pain is so real, and it prevents them from enjoying not just the holidays, but their life in general. Because clutter is really just a constant reminder of all the things that have yet to be done. So it's that to-do list that just never ends. And it's a burden that weighs us down, and it's always with you morning, noon, and night until you do something about it. So obviously she was ready, which makes me very happy, because when people are ready to declutter and to do something about it, then it's like the perfect client. So people can learn how to declutter. They can learn how to organize and stay organized if they want to, and if they're willing to do the work. Because those of you that have decluttered, you know that it's not a cup of tea. It does take time. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and a lot of focus on what your goals are. And in her case, her goals are to have a less cluttered house and environment so she and her children could enjoy it. And once they realize how clutter is impacting, their own health and happiness, and once they realize that the cost of clutter, that it is real, that, until then, nothing's going to change. So when you declutter, it's a fundamental shift in the way that you think about your home, about your life, and about yourself. So this particular client had that epiphany moment, fortunately, when she caught herself yelling at her kids to pick up their toys. Because when she looked around her own house, she said, I looked at the dirty dishes in the sink, I looked at the piles of laundry on the floor, and the unmade beds. No wonder her children were leaving toys around. So she realized that her own bad habits were actually being passed down to her children, and it was learned behavior. So she knew she had to get some help, and that was that one moment in her life, and she just said, I picked up the phone and I called you. So she knew she needed some help, not just to declutter though, and not just to get organized, but also to develop those new sustainable systems to keep her organized, and to develop and to practice those habits that will then help her stay organized and remain clutter-free, and that those can be taught to the children as well. So, and what she really wanted, bottom line, was just peace of mind. She wanted to be able to enjoy her own home and have a good life. So it's always amazing to me that when a client is ready for change, just how vulnerable and open and honest they are. It's a little bit like going to confession. They allow themselves to be open and vulnerable, and it's actually a relief for them, because they can finally say out loud, Number one, in her case, how embarrassed she was and ashamed of her home and all of her mess, how it was impacting her health. She said that she had a hard time sleeping because all she could think about is all the things that had to be done that were never done. And she had also gained a considerable amount of weight. She said that she was making bad food choices. And so this is what stress and clutter really can do to us. And she realized that it was definitely impacting her relationship with her husband because they would argue, and you know, it was getting messier and messier, literally. And then she said, you know, the worst thing of all, though, is how uncomfortable she felt in her own home. Now, can you imagine, you know, what that felt like for her? And she said, you know, as successful as I might be, I feel like a failure. So these feelings are real. They're caused by clutter. And in her case, she was tired, you know, tired of hiding, tired of stuffing things in drawers or shoving things in closets. She was ready to do what it took to become clutter-free so that she can enjoy these holidays and also enjoy her time with her family, her friends, invite people in, open the door, and be proud of her home. And to have that peaceful, uncluttered sanctuary that she wants her home to be. And it all starts with understanding just how much clutter is impacting your health, your wealth, and your well-being. And, of course, your happiness. Then it's just one step at a time, one drawer at a time, one shelf at a time. So if you know people that are, you know, dealing with clutter, just share this video with them because, you know, there's such real pain. And I just hate to see that, especially at the holidays. So I hope that this helps, and reach out if you need any assistance. I'm at Rita Wilkins at ritawilkins.com. But just, you know, clean out that one drawer, clean off that one shelf, make yourself feel better so that you can actually enjoy these beautiful holidays. Take care.